Hey everybody, welcome to another video here on the channel. This is going to be my third and the video that I teased in my last video. Now, last video I said I gave you 2 hints on what the movie would be about for this movie review. And as you can tell by the title, it is from the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, Spider-Man #1, with the Green Goblin and Tobey Maguire and yeah. Anyways, today we're going to be doing just kind of what we did with the Fantastic Four movie. If you guys, let me know if you want to see teasers like that. If you could, please leave a like down below. Leave a comment. If you want to, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I don't really care. I'm doing this for fun. I like doing this. So let's get into the movie review, shall we? So, the first thing I want to start out with is we don't really get any context about, like, it's a field trip that they're going to in the start of the movie. I kind of wish we got some of that context, but I figured it out in the end when we saw a bunch of the spiders and everything. It was interesting to see how the Sam Raimi origin story played out, and then, of course, we see Peter working out his new abilities, like the wall climbing, the webbing, which wasn't from web shooters in this rendition of Spider-Man. These were organic webs, spider sense still, and the main villain we'll get introduced to in a little bit, but first hour, I should say, maybe a little less than that, is about the origin story. Purely that we get to see the full origin story. We get to see the wrestler suit, him take down the wrestler. I think it was like the Bone Crusher or something like that. And then we get to, and then of course we see the infamous Uncle Ben death scene, and Peter finding his killer and realizing it's the guy that he didn't stop at the wrestling place. I think it was WMA or something. Yeah, so after that he knocks the guy out of the window. The police see him in that wrestler outfit and think he's the one that murdered the guy. And he gets out of there quickly, goes to say bad news to Aunt May or have time with Aunt May, and then comes up with his new costume, starts swinging around the city, helping people, stopping robbers, stopping thefts, all that stuff. Normal superhero would do. No supervillains yet. But in the meantime, at Oscorp, a serum's being developed, and if Norman Osborn doesn't find someone to test the serum on, they lose the funding and Oscorp will be shut down. So he decides to test the serum on himself, which makes him go crazy and kills one of his lead scientists and steals the Goblin tech and puts a little voice inside his head that is the Goblin's. At that point, he doesn't remember being the Goblin at all until the Goblin reveals himself to him. That's at a much later point. The Goblin, at this point, has already dealt with Spider-Man. Well, Spider-Man, he starts to fight Spider-Man. First, I think it was the Oscorp Parade, I believe, was the first time they fought. And then we'll get to the other fights later, but he's trying to save the people's lives that he exploded the ground from under people on a balcony, including Mary Jane and Harry Osborn. So Spidey is fighting the Goblin while also trying to save those people. If you end up dead, he ends up saving Mary Jane, and then Harry's already gotten out of there. Green Goblin then confronts Norman, and Norman realizes that he is the one doing all this. He is the one murdering the people that... And before that, they shut him down. They told they were bringing Oscorp in a new direction, which meant they were firing Norman. So the Green Goblin lashed out on them. And then we're brought to here where the Goblin introduces himself to Norman as Norman goes insane. And we get to see a lot more of his crimes. First up is causing a building to catch on fire and pretending to be a civilian that maybe I could have done without. Maybe it's while he's rushing in to save someone, he gets caught by the Goblin or something. Kind of could have done without that. I don't know why was his girl voice so good? That was something that bothered me a little bit. Yeah, he reveals himself. They have a fight in the burning building. Peter gets scratched by one of his little drones right here. And then we cut to them having Thanksgiving at the Osborns with Harry. MJ, who we've been introduced to, just hasn't really played any major roles yet in my review. She is a main character in this story arc, but mainly it's just, mainly we're just going to be talking about Spidey and the Goblin. So, yeah. So they had Thanksgiving, with Aunt May and Peter and MJ, and Norman sees the cut on Peter's arm. That's in the exact same place and the exact same size as the one his drone gave him. So it was like right there, I should say. Some place around here. So he rushes out to leave. Harry tries to stop him. Norman completely disses MJ. Harry doesn't stick up for her, leading her to break up with him and to try to get with Peter. Spidey helps MJ for a little bit. Goblin attacks Aunt May, putting her in the hospital. MJ and Peter connect with each other. And then the Goblin goes to attack MJ at I don't know where it was, but probably her house, but he brings her to the Brooklyn Bridge, I think. You know those carts that, I don't know what they're called. They they ride on lines in the sky. I don't know what they're called, sky trams, maybe? I have no clue. But he grabs one of those, and it's a classic either-or moment where Spider-Man has to choose between saving Mary Jane or saving the kids that were in that tram. And he first goes for Mary Jane and then grabs her and grabs her like that, kind of by the shoulder, and has her hang on to his shoulder, while he grabs the cart with his other hand and webs the bridge with the other. His left hand at the cart and the right with webbing, I believe. So then a boat comes under them and he gets them all to safety, while the Goblin then finds him and grabs him and brings him to a building where they fight, and Goblin reveals himself as Norman Osborn, which was, I was kind of hoping that Peter already knew, as the Goblin already knew Peter's identity. That was a little, but I do think it was a good final battle, and I really, just how much Peter was getting punched around was a little ridiculous at the beginning of that fight, the final battle, where he's getting punched around a lot. It's not a pretty sight to see. It really isn't. So, it was a good final battle. I'm not gonna lie. I love it. I loved it when the Goblin brought up how he was just gonna keep hurting MJ and people he loved. So Peter finally is like, okay, I need to deal with this guy quickly. So here we are, and now the Goblin's injured, has his helmet off. Peter knows his identity, and the Goblin tries to trick Peter by clicking a button on his suit, which will call the Goblin glider to him and stick out the blade that's in it. So calls that spider sense, saves the day. Peter backflips over it, and it goes straight into Norman's abdomen. And then Spidey rushes to the Osborn's house to put him there. But Harry sees him, thinks Spider-Man is the one who murdered him, and by the time he grabs a gun, Spider-Man is gone. And then we see a funeral for Norman. Then we take a look at Uncle Ben's grave with MJ and Peter. MJ and Peter kiss. Peter says, I can't do it. And then MJ realizes that, because earlier in the story, I forgot to mention this, they had a kiss after he saved her from like a gang or something, like a gang of crooks. They had a kiss. And now she recognizes the lips. At least that's what it implied to me. And then we get to see him swinging through the city one last time, which I love that. I don't care if it was super CGI. I loved it. I loved him swinging through the city. I think that's one of my favorite parts of the Raimi movies, where in the end that he's swinging through the city. It's so cool to watch, even if it's a bunch of CGI. I think overall this is a really good movie, and let me know if you guys want me to watch the second and third movies. Oh god, not the third. Let me know if you guys want to watch the second and third movies. I might do it, I might not. Probably not this week, I already got a bunch planned. But anyways, if you guys haven't, I know I already said this, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to hit that bell so you receive notifications for when I post videos, even though I'm probably not going to be posting too much. I'm not going to be posting every day, but I mean, we got 3 videos in 2 days, so then again, this is my first week doing this, so anyway, share with your friends, leave a comment if you wanna. I don't really care. I just do this for fun. Again, I don't care about stats. I like doing this. And at the moment, I don't know what direction I'm going with this channel. So let me know what you guys want to see. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!